Nu är det dags att bli riktigt tunga här i hårdrocknatten, för jag sitter nämligen med Motörhead. Do you guys remember what artist or song made you decide to give your life to hard-hitting rock? Lemmy, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do actually. It was Buddy Holly, Pat Domino, Elvis Presley, Little Richard.
What was it that captured your...
Well, there's all these girls screaming at them. You know, and I thought, well, that's a job for me, you know, and I was right, you know, it was a job for me. It's just like revolution for its own sake with no goal. You know, just lets you evolve anyway, you know, and all these chicks hang around. It's fucking wonderful, man, you know. I mean, I've had chicks that I would never have dreamed of getting if I hadn't been in the band, you know.
So it was only for the chicks? The music?
At the beginning it was.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the music was like obviously big, you know, but like the chicks were the big thing that got me in. Yeah. But after I was in, then I got the music thing. The music certainly came second. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody.
That's a good one.
But same for him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd say, well, actually music was, playing drums was very important to me. You know, I started at a young age and it was Hipstars and Deep Purple, you know.
Phil, for you?
I think I had a Jimi Hendrix album, Hendrix in the West, which unfortunately now is deleted. I couldn't believe what I was hearing when he was playing that guitar, so I guess that sort of turned me on more than anything else at the time.
Lemmy, you worked as a roadie for Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
What did you learn from him?
I learned that you can have good manners and still be a snake for women.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he was like a really well-mannered guy, you know, he was really gentle off stage, you know. Like, it wasn't at all like he was on stage. And that's the same as me, you know, I'm not at all like I'm on stage here, because you can't do that all the time in your life. You can't go, hey, you know, all the time, because people, you know. I learned from him that you could be magic, because he was magic, you know. He is magic even now, if you listen to him. There's nobody like him, ever.
What kind of memories do you have from that period?
None.
No, I have quite a lot, but they're twisted, you know, because we was all taking acid all the time, you know. Because that's, everybody was, you know. So you'd be really fucked up, you know. And like we were on this tour, and we were all taking them in handfuls, you know. I mean, we didn't know, see, because nobody had died yet. Nobody was on heroin, you know. Nobody was even on cocaine. It was just like speed and acid and, you know, smoking. You know, that was all.
You were, and still are, very unique in that respect, that both the metal fans and the punk rockers loved you. Why is that, do you think?
Well, because we sound like a punk band, but we look like a metal band.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know which rack to put us in. Yeah. But we had long hair, so they put us in the heavy metal rack, you know. Obviously. That's how smart they are, yeah.
Back in the 70s, the heavy metal fans and the punk rockers were fighting. Were there ever any questions about you choosing a side for the punk rockers, or ever?
No, they all showed up.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember a show in Canada, in Toronto. We were at the, I don't know, the club. And this guy with this hair sticking out like this, all around him, like, you know, and he was all dyed blonde, you know. He was covered in safety pins and all that shit. And he was the only one in the club. And there's all these people around him, like a 10-yard gap around him, and all these heavy metal guys are going, oh, fuck it. And I said, you ought to fucking be shaking that guy's hand, man, because he had the guts to come in here in the middle of all you guys just because he likes our music. He had the nerve, you know, and the courage to come in, because he's probably pretty sure he'd get a kick in on the way home, you know, just because he's in the hall with all you guys. I said, go on, close up, shake his fucking hand. And they did, man. It was great, you know. But it was true. You know, he had more guts than them, you know.
How is it still possible for you to be hungry on stage?
Because we never got the recognition we deserve. Still. No, we don't, you know.
You don't think so?
Should be number one.
It's fun anyway, you know.
But still, the recognition, like you say, I mean, Metallica, Judas Priest, all these bands, they mention you all the time.
Yeah.
Isn't that recognition?
I agree a little bit.
Well, Metallica did a very good job for us when they came down on my birthday, you know, and played the Lemmys with this on the wrong arm, all four of them, you know. But they did it. That was a great That was the only real tribute I ever had, you know, that they came down and interrupted their album, came down and played for us on their own expense, you know.
They drove in their own van with a trailer with a gear on it. That's
excellent, you know, for them to do that. It's the only ones who's ever, like, everybody pays lip service, you know what I mean? They're the only ones who put their money where their mouth was. Came down and said, hi, you know, good job.
We're about to show the 25th anniversary show from Brixton Academy in London. What do you remember from that show?
Chaos.
It was a terrible sound on stage, that's what I remember. Oh, and Eddie got trapped next to me. His lead was under the monitor and he got stuck, he couldn't move. Everybody else walked out the front and Eddie couldn't go, you know.
Spinal tap.
Spinal tap, you know. And Brian May as well came past me like a rocket.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see Brian McQueen, you know, and he's just, you know, like a thoughtful, gentle guy, you know, and he came past me on his knees in the front, you know.
It's the loudest thing he'd ever heard.
So funny, man. He had such a good time. He'd been waiting for that for years, you know, the chance to do that, no doubt.
Med Lemmys ord där så tittar vi på Motörhead live från Brixton Academy, så tungt som det bara kan bli.
Here we ain't fucking are again. In case you're in the wrong show by mistake, we are Motörhead. And we are going to clean your cock.